This is called I Was Born with Cerebral Palsy and I Never Thought I Would Be a Junkie. At 5 years old, my hands closed up and it was painful. I hated the way my hands looked, but my parents made me shake hands with people and with company so I would get used to using my hands. Some people looked at my hands and I could tell they felt sorry or bad for me. I did not want people to feel sorry for me. I was starting to read people and their body language and their voice tones at this age. I figured God wanted me to make normal people feel happy. This must have been why I was created this way. And God wanted me to love one, and God wanted us to love one another and not hate one another. My mother Mary, in her journey across the world to pray for me right before she died of bone cancer, had a lot to do with it too. Obsessed for trying to understand others and love them for who they are, and hope for love back in return. If I made others happy, I could get that high off it. As a child, I always thought we were to act this way and that God wanted us to act this way too towards one another. I never told others that I thought about God almost all the time. Some people get high off God. Some people get high off politics. Some people get high off drinking and drugs. Some people get high off of being on the internet. I learned at age 5 years old that everybody in this life has some physical or emotional pain. My cerebral palsy in 1960, I found out about AM radio and would listen to music and try to learn the words to every song that I liked. It made me feel good to great to sing along with their songs, and I still do this today, 60 years later, and it still makes me feel good. Not everybody can share their thoughts and feelings, but if you are good at reading people, you can read them and deal with them on an individual level. I tried to tell my parents I loved them often. My dad was not real good with sharing his feelings. He could do it written, but verbally it was uncomfortable for him. He is born in 1921. I think this had a lot to do with it and how he was raised. My mom was better about it. In 2020, knowing what I know now, if I could relive my life, I would still try harder to tell them how much I love them, and knowing, like what I said, how our world is today. I guess I've always been a junkie for love. I guess I can blame it on God. Listening to the people and their problems, even though I was in pain myself, gave me purpose. And like a drug addict, a heroin user, I wanted to get that high every time I tried to help people. All addicts are chasing that one great high they had, and they hope to recreate it. If you want to meet a lot of unhappy people, just go online, like on Facebook. We are more lonely and isolated because of the pandemic. We are all suffering, and we are all in emotional pain. God, there are a lot of dream makers online and on TV. Who are we supposed to believe in? And what are we supposed to do? It would also help if we didn't have such an angry president daily. God, am I just another junkie? And in the next life, will my efforts be rewarded? Or am I just a junkie fool for love? I always thought God wanted us to love and respect another. I have asked God for help for me to write this. I am not perfect, and some people love to hate in this life. A few years ago, I talked to the Satanist on camera. He was from another country. He told me Satan was getting stronger and that you can find him online, and some people were hidden about it, but some people were right out there and admitted they believed in Satan and wanted Satan to rule the world. If Satan is real, and you think, if you believe that Satan is real, don't you think that Satan loves it when we are angry with one another on Facebook and in real time? Just because you believe in God does not mean you walk in light and are with God. Just because you do not believe in God does not mean that you walk in darkness. I am a junkie for love, and God knows it. After all, God made me this way. If you have a problem with it, take it up with God. God made me disabled, and God made me gay. We can choose to love one another, or we can choose to hate one another daily. If you believe in God, then God is God, not you or I. I was born with cerebral palsy, and I never thought that I would be born to be a love junkie and turn out this way.